Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. Something we haven't had in quite a while is some baseball. Appa baseball 1978 season with the New York Yankees taking on the Chicago White Sox at Yankee Stadium. First game after the All-Star break. As John Wise joins us here. And the starting lineup for the Chicago White Sox leading off DH and Molinaro. Batting second playing left field is Gar. Batting third playing second Orta. Batting fourth playing first base Johnson. Batting fifth playing right field is Washington. Batting sixth doing the catchings Noronado. Batting seventh playing center field is Lemon. Batting eighth playing third base is Sorham. And batting ninth shortstop is Kitchener. And on the mound is Wilbur Wood. And for the hometown New York Yankees, we're going to make one change here. Move Reggie up. Got Mickey Rivers leading off playing center field. Greg Nettles batting second playing third. Batting third playing right field is Thurman Munson. Batting fifth. Batting fourth playing DH and is Jackson. Batting fifth playing first base is Chambliss. Batting sixth playing left field is Thomason. Batting seventh on the catching is Heath. Batting eighth playing shortstop is Stanley. Batting ninth playing second base is Garcia. Let's get down here to the field and get this game started. Bear with me, it's been a while since I played this. Get used to the inputs and all again. And Dick Tedrow's on the mound for the Yankees. He is 8-4 on this season with a 3.42 ERA. Bob Molinaro's up, batting 250 with 2 homers and 13 RBIs. You see the White Sox upcoming schedule. They got one more game here in New York. Then they go on the road to take on Milwaukee. And here's the pitch to Molinaro. And that's going to be against the 7. And Molinaro against the righty. It will be against a righty. He'll be a 9 on a 9. So get this stuff straight here. A 9 on a 9. And that's going to be a fly ball in the center field. Mickey makes the catch. And there's one down. And that'll bring up Ralph Gar. And Ralph batting 329 on the year with 6 homers and 30 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third for out number 2. And Orta comes to the plate, 2 down, nobody on. Batting 286 on the season with 12 homers and 54 RBIs. And that's going to be against a 6 and 8. And that's going to be a base hit in left field. First base hit of the ball game for the White Sox. Trying to get a 2-out rally started here. And Johnson comes to the plate batting 270 with 3 homers and 24 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Over to second. Stanley goes the short way, and that'll end the inning. White Sox lead 1. We go to the bottom of the first. White Sox nothing. Yankees coming to the plate. You got Mickey Rivers coming to the plate batting 256 on the year with 6 homers and 31 RBIs. And Wilbur's 11-8 on the season with a 4.21 ERA. And here's the pitch to Mick. And that's going to be an 11. And that's going to be a base hit. Mickey gets aboard here with a leadoff single. And will he be staying down at first? That is the question. So they're going to do a little hit and run here. No, they're not. Nettles is batting 302, 17 homers and 56 RBIs. They're going to let Nettles swing away. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. A 34 and a 3. That might make it through. 34 and a 3. That's going to be fielding column 3. And that's going to be a single in the right field. Rivers is going to stop at second. So Yankees making some noise right away here in the first. And the captain comes to the plate, first and second. Nobody out. Can the Yankees get a run right away? Munson's batting 286 on the year with 5 homers and 44 RBIs. And that's going to be against a lefty. That's going to be a single in, see, pull left? Nope. That's going to be a single in the right field. Single in the right field. Washington's got an average arm out there, not a bad arm. Let's see if Mick can score from second here. 56. Well, that's a 32 plus a 19. And he's going to score with no throw. And a 54 plus a 6. A 28. And with nobody out, Nettles is going to stop at second. So that's an RBI single by Munson. And it's 1-0. And here comes the straw that stirs the drink. Reginald Martinez Jackson batting 309 on the year with 22 homers and 51 RBIs. And that's going to be a base on balls. He walks Reggie. So Reggie feels the bases loaded and nobody out. They go out and they talk to Wilbur. Mr. Ed says, "What's your problem, Wilbur?" Chambliss is up batting 249 on the year with 7 homers and 51 RBIs. Bases full of Yankees. Nettles at third, Munson at second, Jackson at first, and Chambliss at the plate. Can they break this game open? That's going to be a fly ball out to center field. 45. Lemon's got one hell of an arm out there. Nettles doesn't have very great speed. So that's going to be a 45. And he's going to stay put. So fly ball to center for out number 1. And Gary Thomason comes to the plate. Gary batting 312. He's got a homer and 8 RBIs. Can he get the big base hit here? And that's going to be a base on balls. Wilbur walks and a run, folks. Wilbur, what the hell do you think you're doing? Base is still full of Yankees, and now Mike Heath's up. And Heath is 0 for 11, looking for his first base hit of the year. What a time to get it now. And nope, but he watches the ball go by. Another base on balls. That's 3 walks, 2 of them with the bases loaded. And Stanley, stuttering chicken Stanley's up, batting 234 with a homer and 7 RBI. And that's going to be a fly ball out to right field. A 36 and a 1 should be fielding column 3. And it is, and that's going to be a 59, and Jackson's got good speed. I'm sure he's going to tag up here. Yeah, he's going to tag up with no throw. Question is, can Thomason? Gary's going to probably tag up and make it the third easily also, and he does, and he'll stay put at first. So, sacrifice fly by Stanley. And it's now first and third, 2 outs for Garcia. So first and third, it's 4-0 New York. Wilbur can't find the plate here. Walking, and now a sacrifice fly. And Garcia's batting .292 with no homers and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be another fly ball out to Claudel. He makes the catch, but the Yankees score 4, take a 4-0 lead into the top of the second. Obviously, the break didn't help Wilbur out, did it? He looks rusty. You got Washington due up, followed by Norenado and Lemon this inning. Washington's batting $1.90 since being traded over to the White Sox. Let's see here. When did he get traded? Hasn't been that long ago he got traded. He was traded back in May from the Rangers. He's been there a little while. 79 at bats, 23 games for the White Sox. Off to a slow start for him. Here's the pitch to Washington. Let's see what he did with the Rangers. I thought he was batting a lot better than that with the Rangers. Switch to the Rangers here. See what he was batting. He was batting .263 for them. So here's the pitch to Claudel. And that's going to be a fly ball out to left field. Gary makes the catch. There's one down. And Norenado comes to the plate. And Bill's batting .243 with 8 homers and 28 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Stanley. He's up with it, fires over to first. And there's 2 down. Chet Lemon comes to the plate now. Lemon's batting .322 with 11 homers and 39 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Munson. And that'll end the inning. 1-2-3 inning for TIDROW. We go to the bottom of the second. It's still 4-0 Yankees. As the Yankees batted around, and Rivers is going to lead it off again for him. Followed by Nettles and Munson. As you see the team comparisons, White Sox are 45-39. They're batting .275 as a team with a .335 on base percentage, slugging .411 with a .746 on base percentage. Sorry, OPS. The Yankees are 57-27, batting .273 with an on base percentage of .327, slugging .398 with a .726 OPS. Here's the pitch to Rivers. Rivers singled and scored in the first. And that's going to be a ground ball down the order at second for out number 1. Greg Nettles comes to the plate. Greg singled and came around the score also in the first. And that's going to be a lazy fly ball out to Lemon for out number 2. Up to the plate now comes the captain. He singled and drove in a run his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Kissinger. 1-2-3 goes the Yankees. What a difference an inning makes. To the top of the third we go. We got the bottom part of the order due up here for the White Sox. Sorham, Kissinger, and then back to the top of the order. And Eric is batting 273 with 13 homers and 33 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Chambliss. He takes it himself for out number one. And Kissinger comes to the plate, batting 245 with no homers and 20 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. Dick's got it. Fires over to first for out number two. And Malinaro's up. He's 0 for 1. Flew out his first time up. And that's going to be another fly ball out the left field. And that'll do it. 1, 2, 3 goes the White Sox. Bottom of the third we go. A 4-0 Yankees lead. You got the heart of the lineup. Jackson, Chambliss, and Thomason. Reggie, he walked and scored his first time up. And that's going to be against the lefty. That'll be an 11 and a 9. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Kissinger, nice play. Takes a base hit away from Reggie for out number one. Chris comes to the plate. He flew out the center his first time up. Not this time. He gets a hold of this. Let's see where this one's going to end up in Yankee Stadium. And that ball is driven into the gap in right field. Washington can't get to it. That's going to be a one-out double. Chambliss is down at second. Cool. John Wise says he's been playing some basketball, baseline basketball. And I just got done doing the 1985 NASCAR season, John. It's getting close to 2 months since I played a baseball game. Got the 85 season done today and got baseball back out. Like I say, when I'm playing red, white, and blue, it's my favorite game. And when I'm playing Apba, it's my favorite game. So you got Chambliss down at second. One out and Gary at the plate. And Gary walked and drove in a run his first time up. And that's going to be against the lefty. 14 and a 9. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. And with Chambliss' speed, he's going to stop at third. So first and third, one out for Mike Heath. Can the Yankees add to this 4-0 lead? Heath walked and drove in a run his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball. No, that's going to be a hit by pitch. He hits him. WILBUR hits him. And now the bases are full of Yankees. One. And Stanley's up. Can Stanley bust this game wide open? Yankees already up 4-0. Looking to add to it. Stanley had a sacrifice fly his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to right field again. Let's see here. It's going to be a 56. And you got Garcia coming up. I think you got to send him. Plus a 6. A 30. And Thomas will tag up too if he makes it. So a 56 or lower. 56 or lower. And he's in there. So Chambliss tags up another sacrifice fly by the Stanley's doing a good job here. And now it's a 5-0 ball game. First and third for Garcia. With 2 down, can Garcia keep this inning going, folks? Garcia's 0 for 1. He flew out to right his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. A 26 and a 7. That's probably going to be fielding column 2. Nope, that's going to be fielding column 1. And that is going to be with a out at first, runner scores. That's going to be a 4-3 put out, and that'll end the inning. But the Yankees score one on the sacrifice fly and make it a 5-0 game as Aaron Reed and David Lando show up. Yeah, back to baseball, David, after 2 months of racing. Got the baseball back out. Looking forward now. I'm going to try to get this done. Only 150 games left for the Yankees and the Braves combined. So, hell, I'm over halfway done. I want to try to get some of these projects done instead of having all of them going. So, I got the racing done. Now, trying to get this one done. You got Gar, Orta, and Johnson due up here for the White Sox. Ralph's 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Stanley. Over to first for out number 1. And Orta comes to the plate. He's got the only base hit so far for the White Sox. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Garcia, his counterpart. And there's quickly 2 down here in the 4th. And Johnson comes to the plate. He's 0 for 1, grounded into a fielder's choice. And that's going to be against the righty. That'll be a 9 and an 8. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. So a 2-out single. White Sox got a runner on here. Claudell Washington. I always liked Claudell. I liked him when he was with the Braves. Can't pitch inside of Claudell. He'll get pissed off at you. Claudell's 0 for 1. Flew out the left his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Munson. And that'll end the inning. White Sox strand 1 to the bottom of the 4th we go. The top of the order due up here for the Yankees. Rivers, Nettles, and Munson. See the Yankees' upcoming schedule here. Got one more game against the White Sox. Then Kansas City comes to town for 3 games. And then the Yankees leave New York and head to Minnesota. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it, Aaron, buddy. It was a good race. Good race. Bill Elliott had to finish higher than 28th to win the championship over Lake Speed. Rivers is 1 for 2. He is singled and grounded out. And that's going to be a ground ball down the 3rd for out number 1. 1 up and 1 down. Greg Nettles comes to the plate. Nettles is 1 for 2 with a single and flew out. And against the lefty, that'll be a 12. That'll be a 9 rather against the lefty. That's going to be a single in the right field. Nice job by Nettles to get aboard here. And now Munson's up. And Munson's 1 for 2. He had an RBI single, grounded out. And that's going to be another base on balls by Wilbur. That is his 4th walk of the game. And that brings up Reginald Martinez Jackson. Reggie 0 for 1 with a walk today. And that ball is launched. Let's see how far this one's going to go, folks. Reggie just busted this game open, I think. And that ball is driven into the gap out in right field. Now they'll score Nettles, and with Munson's speed, can he score from first? That is the question. He'll stop at 3rd. So an RBI double, not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Now it's 2nd and 3rd. And they're going to let Wilbur pitch to these 2 lefties, but this is going to be it for Wilbur. They got the bullpen warming up. They'll bring the infield in. Can't afford to give up any more runs. It's 6-0. 6-0. Chambliss is 1 for 2 with a double and came around the score. And that's going to be another base on balls. Another walk. And this is Wilbur's last batter. They'll play back now for the double play. Gary's 1 for 1 with a walk and an RBI. Singled his last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. And he looks the runner back. Well, let's get the bases loaded. What the heck? Bases loaded. He knocks the ball down. The only play Wilbur has is over to first. The run will score. And that'll be it for Wilbur. Let's see who they're going to go to here in the bullpen. Bring in a righty now. Got these 3 righties coming up. And they're going to stay with old W. Old Willoughby's going to come in the game. Willoughby. So Wilbur can't make it out of the 4th inning. You too, John, buddy. So where's old Willoughby? There's Jim. And this is Willoughby's 51st game. He has 5 saves. He's 2-2 with a 2.97 ERA. He's got second and third, 2 down, trying to keep this a 7-0 ball game. Here's the pitch to Heath, and that's going to be a catcher, 36 and a 6. And that's going to be fielding column 3, 122. That's going to be a strike, batter out at first. Half batter, nope, that's going to be a strikeout. So it'll be a strikeout, and that'll end the inning. But the Yankees scored 2 more and make it a 7-0 ball game. So we go to the top of the 5th. You got Bill due up Lemon and Sorghum due up here. Bill is 0 for 1, grounded out his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to left for out number 1. 1 up, 1 up and 1 down. Chet Lemon comes to the plate. Chet's 0 for 1 today. Flew out to right. And that's going to be another fly ball out to Munson. And that's 2 quick outs here in the 7th. And now you got Sorghum due up. Sorghum's 0 for 1. That's a fly ball out to Mickey. And that'll end the inning. 1, 2, 3 goes the White Sox. To the bottom of the 5th we go with the bottom part of the order due up here for the Yanks. Stanley, Garcia, and Rivers. Fred has Fred has 2 sacrifice flies. He's not going to do that this time, leading the inning off. That's going to be a ground ball down the 3rd. And that'll be out number 1. Garcia comes to the plate now. Garcia's 0 for 2. And that's going to be a base hit into right field. Garcia gets a board here with a 1-out single. And now you got Rivers up, and Mickey's 1 for 3. And that's going to be a 25 and a 2. 25 and a 2 should be fielding column 1. And That's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. Wilbur fires down the second with Kissinger covering, and that's one out. And now you got Nettles up, and Nettles is 2 for 3 with 2 singles in the ball game. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Claudell. Now to end the inning, the Yankees strand 1. To the top of the 6th we go in a 7-0 ball game. You got Kissinger, and then the lineup turns over Molinaro and Gar. And Kissinger's 0 for 1, grounded out his first time up. Not this time, he squares this one up. And that ball is blasted out to right field. That's a lead-off double. First real hard hit ball of the game for the White Sox. And Molinaro comes up now with a runner in scoring position, nobody out. He's 0 for 2. He's flown out to center and left. And that's going to be against the righty. That'll be a 9 and a 9. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. 36 and an 8 should be fielding column 1, I would think. Nope, that's going to be fielding column 2. And that's going to get the runner down the third. Plays over to first. Now there's one out and the runner down at first. Gar's at the plate. Ralph is 0 for 2. He is grounded out twice. And that's going to be a 40. The team, that's going to be a, let's see here, what are they? 7, 9, 14, 22, 28, 32, 33, 7. Wow pitch. Yep, that's going to be a wow pitch. And the runner's going to score on a wow pitch. So now there's nobody on and one out, and a 1-0 pitch to Gar in a 7-1 ball game now. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Munson for out number 2. And now Order comes to the plate. He's 1 for 2 with a single in the game. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. First strikeout of the game for Dick. But the White Sox score 1, make it 7-1 as we go to the bottom of the 6th. You got Munson, Jackson, and Chambliss. 3, 4, 5 hitters due up here. Sorry about that. Ken Castro just texted me. Alrighty, so now we got Munson to lead it off here. In a 7-1 game, Munson's 1 for 2 with an RBI and scored twice. And that ball is hammered. Let's see where this one's going to end up at. And that ball is hit into right field. Munson's got himself a leadoff double. Can the Yankees get that run right back? Reggie comes to the plate with a runner in scoring position and nobody out. Reggie's 1 for 2 with a RBI double his last time up. And he jacks this one, and Wilbur's getting lit up here. And that ball is hit into the gap out in left field. And that'll score Munson. And it's now an 8-1 ball game with back-to-back doubles. Now Chris Chambliss comes to the plate. And Chambliss is 1 for 3. He's got a double in this game. And that's going to be a back to 63 and a 2's probably fielding column 3. Yep, that's fielding column 3. Now we got a rare play. Rare play with a runner on second. Rare play, runner on second. 22 and a 37. And that's going to be the catcher. Catcher's a 6. 26 and a 6. 26 and a 6. And that'll be fielding column 2. And that's going to be a strike. Catcher throws wild, attempting to pick off runner at second. Runner gets to third. If either team leads by more than 3 runs, make it a foul out. So it's a foul out. So Chambliss fouls out. Now there's 1 down. Runner still at second. Gary comes to the plate. And Gary's 1 for 2 today. And that's going to be against the righty. That'll be a 5 and a 8. And that's going to be a base hit in the center field. Lemon's got a strong arm out there. There's 1 out. And a 4. And that's going to be a 50. 50. And a 30. A 30 he'll score. So that'll be a 56 or lower. He scores. And he's in there. An RBI single by Gary. And now it is a 9-1 ball game. And Heath's up with a runner down at first. And Heath is 0 for 1 today. He does have an RBI in this game. He's been walked, drove in a run, been hit by a pitch, and struck out. He has yet to put the ball in play. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. And he'll throw down the second, get Gary out for out number 2. Stanley comes to the plate now, and Stanley is 0 for 1. He has 2 sacrifice flies though, and that's going to be a ground ball down the second. That's going to be a nice play down there by Ort. Fields it cleanly, throws over to first. The Yankees scored 2. We go to the top of the 9th in a 9-1 ball game. You got Johnson due up, followed by Washington and Norty. And Lamar is 1 for 2, singled his last time up. And he gets a hold of this one off of Dick. See where this one goes. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. Leadoff single to start off the 7th. Claudell Washington comes up. He's 0 for 2 today. Yankees looking for a ground ball here, and they get it. Dick fields it cleanly, 44 and a 2 should be fielding column 1. It is. He throws down the second, but Washington's too fast. They can't double him up. It'll be a 1-6 put out. And Bill comes to the plate. He's 0 for 2. He's grounded out and flown out. And that's going to be a pitcher 54 and a 2. And that's going to be fielding column 2. And that's going to be a rare play with a runner down at first. On a 38. A 54 and a 38. I'll have to re-roll the dice here. A 62 and a 38. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Nettles is down there. A 52 and a 5. And that's still fielding column 1. And that's a nice play down there by Nettles. He's going to get the batter out at first. Runner will get down the second. So now there's 2 outs, a runner in scoring position. And Chet Lemon's up. He's 0 for 2. He has flown out to Munson both times. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Garcia. And that'll end the inning. White Sox strand 1. It's still a 9-1 ball game. We go to the 7th inning stretch. And that's going to be it for Wilbur. See who they're going to go to in the bullpen here. Hinton's going to come out of the bullpen. So Hinton's going to come out of the bullpen. And Hinton, this is his 29th game. He is 6-0 with 6 saves. He started 1 game. He has a 2.85 ERA. He's got Garcia due up, followed by Rivers and Nettles. And here's the pitch to Garcia. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Washington for out number 1. And Mickey comes to the plate. Mickey's 1 for 4 on the day. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Kissinger at short. And there's quickly 2 down. And now it's up to Nettles to get something going here. He's 2 for 4 today with 2 singles. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Johnson at first. He'll take it himself. Yankees go down in order. We go to the top of the 8th. And you got the bottom part of the order due up. Sortum, Kissinger, and then back to the top of the order in Molinaro. Eric is 0 for 2. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Nettles. Easy play for Greg for out number 1. And Kissinger comes to the plate. He's 1 for 2 with a double and came around the scores last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Stanley. Quickly 2 outs here in the 8th. And Bob's 0 for 3. He has flown out twice and grounded out. And that's going to be another ground ball down to Stanley. 1, 2, 3 goes the White Sox. To the bottom of the 8th we go. And you got the 3, 4, 5 hitters due up. Munson, Jackson, and Chambliss. Thurman's 2 for 3 today with an RBI. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Munson strikes out for out number 1. Reggie Jackson comes up. He's 2 for 3 with 2 doubles and 2 RBIs. And that's a ground ball down the short. Quickly 2 outs here in the 8th. Chris Chambliss comes up. Chambliss is 1 for 3 with a double in the game. And that's going to be against the lefty, an 8 and an 8. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. Chris is aboard here with a 2-out single. Can Gary do something, keep this going? Gary's 2 for 3 today with 3 RBIs. He singled and drove in a run his last time up. And that's going to be an 8 against a 16. And that's going to be a pop-up down the third. And that'll do it, folks. That's the end of the 8th. We go to the top of the 9th. The White Sox got a lot of work to do. Down by 8. They got the top of the order due up here. Gar, Orta, and Johnson. Ralph is 0 for 3 today. Alrighty, sorry about that. So now you got Ralph up. Ralph's 0 for 3. Here's the pitch to him. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. Trying to get back in this ball game. Down by 8 though. Orta comes up. Yankees looking for that ground ball double play. Orta is 1 for 3 today. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. Can they turn 2? That is the question. And nope, the only play he's got, Garcia's over to first. So now there's 1 out and Ralph's down at second. And Johnson's up. He is 2 for 3. He has singled his last 2 times up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Munson. And that'll be out number 2. The White Sox are down to their last out. Claudel, can he do something here? He is 0 for 3. He has flown out twice and grounded into a fielder's choice. And that's going to be the ball game. That's a swing and a miss. Dick strikes him out, gets the complete game. Yankees win 9-1. Take a look here at the box score. See what the star here is. That's Dick throwing a complete game, his 4th of the year. So the Yankees 9 runs on 12 hits, no errors. The White Sox 1 run, 5 hits, and no errors. Johnson had 2 hits for the White Sox. The White Sox were 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position, left 4 men on base. Heath and Stanley didn't have any hits, but they both drove in runs, so you can't complain. Look at that. Nettles, Munson, Jackson, Chambliss, Thompson all had 2 hits. Yankees were 5 for 11 with runners in scoring position. Munson, Jackson, and Chambliss with doubles. Yankees left 9 men on base. Wilbur Wood did not have the good stuff today. He drops to 11 and 9 now, 3 2/3, 7 hits, 7 runs, walked 5. Willoughby came in 2 1/3, 4 hits, 2 runs, and a strikeout. Hinton comes in 2 innings, 1 hit, and 1 strikeout. Dick goes the distance, goes to 9 4, 9 innings, 5 hits, 1 run, and struck out 2. take a look here at play the rest of the American League out here today. Let's see, you got the Twins and the Orioles, and the Braves don't play, so we'll play out everything here. We'll play it all out. First, we got the Twins and the Orioles. And the Orioles win 4-0 on 11 hits, no errors. Twins 4 hits, no errors. Now you got the Rangers and the White Sox. Louis Tiant on the mound for the Red Sox. Can they keep up with the Yankees? Yes, they do. The Red Sox 9 runs, 10 hits, 1 error. The Rangers 5 runs, 6 hits, and 1 error. Blue Jays and Angels. And the Blue Jays win 8 runs, 15 hits, no errors. The Angels 3 runs, 9 hits, and 1 error. Kansas City at Milwaukee. Kansas City needs to get off to a good start here in this second half. They struggled in the first half of the year. So did the Orioles. And the Brewers take it to them. What's the star for? Split off. Throws a complete game, his 8th. Codwell throws a complete game, his 11th, and a walk-off win by the Brewers. Let's see. Had to be a homer, I guess, huh? Scorecard. A 3-run homer by Gorman Thomas. Walks it off. 4 runs, 10 hits, and 1 error for the Brewers. 1 run, 5 hits, and no errors for the Kansas City. Then you got the Indians out of Oakland. And the Indians win 8 runs, 6 hits, 1 error. The A's 3 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors. Got the Tigers at Seattle. And what's this star for? Another complete game as the Tigers win 9 runs, 11 hits, and 1 error. The Mariners 5 runs out hit them 12 hits but couldn't outscore them 3 errors. And then you got the National League Padres and the Cubbies in Chicago. And the Padres win 4 runs, 9 hits, no errors. The Cubbies 1 run, 5 hits, and 1 error. Got the Mets taking on the Reds against their former teammate Tom Seaver. Can Tom Terrific beat the stinking Mets? And it's a 7-2 win. What's the star for? Tom with a complete game, I would imagine. Yep. 7 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Reds. 2 runs, 4 hits, and no errors for the Mets. Houston against the Expos. You got little brother Joe pitching for the Astros. The Expos are leading the National League East. And the Astros shut them out. 2 runs, 11 hits, and no errors. Expos, no runs, 5 hits, and no errors. Got the stinking Giants at the Pirates. Candyman's on the mound. Can he deliver? Make everything delicious. No, the Giants beat up on the Pirates. 11 runs, 14 hits, and no errors. No runs, 6 hits, and 2 errors for the Pirates. Nepper throws a complete game shutout. And the Dodgers and the Cardinals, the last game here on the 13th of June. Sorry, 13th of July. And the Cardinals win 6 runs, 12 hits, no errors. Dodgers 3 runs, 6 hits, and no errors. Take a look at the standings and the leaderboard. The Yankees are 6.5 games up on Boston. Tigers are 9 games back. The Brewers are 13.5 games back. Orioles are 17.5 back, along with the Blue Jays, and the Indians 23.5 games back. Out west, Chicago's a half a game up on Minnesota. The Rangers are 2.5 games back. Angels 4, Kansas City's 5, and have lost 6 in a row. A's are 6.5 back, and the lonely Seattle Mariners are 20 games back, lost 8 in a row. In the National League, you got the Expos a game up on the Phillies. The Pirates are 5.5 games back. Cubbies are 8 games back. The Cardinals 18.5, and the lonely Mets 19 games back. And out west now, the Giants have got a 5-game lead over the Dodgers. San Diego's 8.5 games up. Houston 11. The Reds are 15, and the lonely Braves 22.5 games back. Got Jim Rice leading the American League in everything, batting .359, 27 homers, and 86 RBIs. And in the National League, you got Jack Clark leading the league with a .344 batting average. Foster and Murph with 18 homers. Steve Garvey with 74 RBIs. John Madlock with a 1.83 ERA. Ed Figueroa with 13 wins on the year, and the Goose with 22 saves. In the National League, you got Steve Rogers with a 1.96 ERA. He's got 14 wins. First pitcher with 14 wins. Fingers with 19 saves for the San Diego Padres. Jim Rice is leading in the MVP voting in the American League. Ed Figueroa leading in the Cy Young. And in the National League, George Foster's leading in the MVP voting. Steve Rogers and the Cy Young. The next game on the channel will be the last game of this series between the White Sox and Yankees. See what the pitching matchup looks like. And it's going to be Harvick going up against the Gator. Should be a good pitching matchup. See if the Gator can get his 13th win. I want to thank John Wise, Aaron Reed for stopping by, and David Lando. If you're new to the channel and haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell and like button. Till next time, you all have a great day and take care.